Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to begin by giving all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
double honor to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that were well. And peaceful blessings and say, Akim, the virgin, and the four corners of the earth, that pushing his gospel in all sincerity and in truth, that make up the 144,000 men. Shalom, shalom to believing men, women, and children that make up the rest of the remnant that are scattered the four corners of the earth, being guided today by this word, by this truth. Right? Myself here, brother Nakamaya, the brother
Kwana.
Right, come to do our video and Lord when it's edifying.
We was discussing, alright, as men of the Lord, alright, in this ministry, we're just going to touch on the book of Matthew 5 and 29, and gain the understanding what it really says and what it really means, alright, because within this walk, alright, there are things that wouldn't be able to go with us, there are things that we may have in this life, whether it be family members, children, some of them mightn't be able to go with us. So we're just going to touch on this here, and Lord will it be edifying.
Okay.
So there's Matthew chapter 5 and verse 29. It says, and if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not thy whole body should be cast into hell. So now, most people might read this, alright, without the Rakakodash, because this is what has given us the understanding, alright, of the Holy Scriptures. Hence the reason why Yahushua spoke in a mystery. In Matthew 13 chapter, the disciples asked him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? And this right here is a parable. So most people might think to themselves, so do I have to pluck my eye out? No. Then literally talking about your eye.
I'm gonna say too, like, you gonna say like, why you watching too much TV, right?
Can.
I watching too much of this series, right? Best I pluck out this eye. Christianity they think everything literal now. So the best bring it in that sense. They might think it that way, but it's not talking about nothing literal like that.
It's speaking about things that are joined onto you, in the sense of others now going into your wife, family members. Alright? This is what it's speaking about. That would make you go off to the extent that you offend the Lord. As the psalmist David said, only against thee have I sinned. So there's a reason why the Lord making this statement, and the understanding behind it is these people mightn't be able to continue this walk with you. Alright? As we striving for the masteries, alright, for the perfection of the understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and his will. So he says, and if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish. Because sometimes them members could be a distraction. Alright? It could hire two more concern about that than concern about ways the will of the Lord. Yahushua said, I must work the work, alright, while it is day. And he said what? I'm about my work, my father's business. Understand? And what is the father's business? Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. He said, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman, alright, unto the house of Israel. So now, some of these things could cause a hindrance in your watching. Especially as we within the last lap, as you can see what happening in the world, alright, this tumult, and